Congresswoman who was at that protest, Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman. Congresswoman, so good to see you. So, describe, if you could, what happened.
So we were there for a tour. ICE was giving us the runaround. We finally got into a facility. We heard some noise. We came out. We found out the mayor was there, and ICE was having conversations with him. They asked him to leave the facility. He left the facility, went behind the gates, out there with the protesters. The ICE members were talking on the phone. We hear them say, "All right, we're going to go to arrest him." We ask, "Why are you arresting him? He's not on the property." He's not on your property. They ignored us. They opened the gate. They pushed through people. There were several armed guards, and they went to get to the mayor. And LaMonica and Rob and I tried to shield the mayor. I don't know anything about anybody hitting back at any of those large and weaponized officers. This whole issue of arresting the mayor on what was public property was wrong. There's no reason to arrest him. ICE caused this chaos, and it was just an illustration of their responding to someone at a very high level in the organization, because we had all of the New Jersey ICE officers and supervisors there on the ground with us to conduct the tour. So our question was, why are you arresting the mayor who is not on your property? Why are you causing this chaos? And why are you treating people with such disrespect and humiliating the mayor of the largest city of the state of New Jersey? And why are you pushing on us? You know who we are. We've been here for 2 hours trying to conduct a tour that we're legally able to do.
So your interpretation, and your use of words is very different from the spokesperson for DHS who was on CNN. She used the words body slamming, saying that the mayor and other members of Congress were body slamming and were being rough with the ICE officials. You're disputing that.
Yeah, so how ridiculous does that sound? They're 200 pounds. They've got about 35 pounds worth of stuff around them, including a gun on their arms. I can tell you what I think about what they're saying. The president of the United States opens his mouth every day and lies. He can't breathe without lying. He's given permission to his cabinet and those who work for him to lie. And she's lying too. And so I was there. I saw it. I was a part of it. I was in the middle of it. We did not in any way, shape, or form disrespect the physicality of any of those ICE agents. And to say so is just to perpetuate the kind of lying that we are experiencing in this country at the highest levels. And it's disgusting.
And in some of the video that we're seeing here, just prior to the arrest. I don't know if you're able to see on your monitor at the same time. We do see.
I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'll try to describe as best I can. We see the mayor who is inside the fence with a number of people who have gathered. And then it looks like he's exiting. He's exiting the fence area. And you're saying, if I'm understanding you right, that is the portion that is now public property. And that is when he is approached by ICE officials and then arrested. Do you remember where you were in proximity to that? Were you on the inside of the fence or the outside?
I was on the outside of the fence holding on to the mayor because we were determined to shield the mayor from any kind of danger or abuse of power on the part of ICE agents. They came outside of the property onto where the protesters were, which was not any part of the detention facility, and they arrested the mayor there. When they asked the mayor to leave when he was inside after they had invited him inside, then they asked him to leave. He turned around and left. He did exactly as they asked. And so for them to react in the way that they did was so abusive unnecessary and disrespectful. And if they can do that to us, they can do that to the mayor of the largest city in the state of New Jersey. They can do that to treat 3 members of Congress, and they knew who we were because we'd been there trying to do the tour for over 2 hours. Then we're very concerned what they're doing on the streets to people who are simply living their lives, going to work, dropping their kids off from school, going to the grocery store. ICE is out of control, and it's been given permission to be out of control.
And as we continue to replay, I see now you on one side of the fence as the mayor was leaving in proximity. You're talking to him, and then at some point, he is turned around and he is arrested. The DHS spokesperson I mentioned, who was on the air earlier, is saying that the videotape, the body cam video that would be released later, would show the violent nature of the mayor and others body slamming. We don't see that on this videotape, but we do see some movement of bodies and the tussling of the moving of the body cam vantage point, but it doesn't appear to show the mayor being violent or members of Congress being violent with anyone. Did you see anything that would match that description?
No, and as you can see, I was literally in the middle of it. No, if there's any such body, any kind of footage, it is footage that is manufactured for this purpose. Because I said it before and I'll say it again, they are lying. There was no reason to arrest Mayor Baraka. There was no reason to create that chaos. There was no reason to cause any kind of confrontation. He did exactly as they asked. They went outside of the property following the orders of someone on the phone, and they arrested the mayor of the city of Newark.
That spokesperson who was on the air with CNN earlier today said there will be other arrests involving and including